Hi everyone, it's Vickie Kello, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane, Australia. Happy Monday. And I'm just bringing us up on the iPad so we can see what's going on. There we go. Say hi when you pop on. Hi Glenda. So I know you're here. Hi Anita, in lockdown 7 now. You poor things, ladies. Hi Lisa. Hi Jess. All right, I have set myself a big challenge, and tonight you ladies are a part of it. I want to make as many, hi Kerry, as many Father's Day cards as I can tonight, so it's a little bit different. So last week, because my video was split into two, I've got two prizes because that little comment generator thing that Adrian uses, I can't combine the comments, so we do it on each video. So on part 1 was Helen O'Rourke and part 2 was Julianne. So I will pop those in the post. Anita, I still haven't sent yours. I went to the post office today and posted all my class kits, and my postage bag was so full, and I got there and I'm like, oh, I don't have Anita's, so I haven't posted yours yet, Anita, but it will be coming. All right. So I have got quite a few. I'm doing multiples of each card, and I have prepped a few things, not everything, and we will see how we go. I am going to get myself a new seal because we're going to run out because I'm doing heaps of cards. I've got 48 card bases done, so we'll see how far we get. Have my grid paper underneath. So I'm using a few sets tonight. I didn't have too many. How's the cards going for school? Well, this is my first, I'm starting and finishing them tonight, Anita, so you can see how they've been going. I was procrastinating about other things. So it is what it is. I haven't got too many male orientated sets. We don't have too many in our catalogue. So I went through what I've got, and I even pulled out a couple of retired sets, but I'm not using any retired sets, but I am using retired paper because I've got 3 packs of this. I was able to pick some up on the clearance. Hi Robin. On the clearance rack when it was on sale. So, and I knew I'd be making a few Father's Day cards. Hi Julianne. So I have got 3 packs of this retired paper. So I am using it, but all my stamps I've double checked and they're all current. So we're gonna stamp the sentiment first. I'm pretty good. How are you, Julianne, in lockdown still? Brisbane is out of lockdown, which is good. So tonight, for those that have just joined a bit later, I am making multiples of each card we make tonight because I want to make as many as I can for the Father's Day stall, because I was procrastinating on the weekend and started making Halloween gifts instead. So most cards I'm making 8. When I make multiple cards, I make them in multiples of 4 because you get out of an A4 piece, you get 4 card fronts. So I 99% of the time have white card bases. How's this card for On the Hop? Hubby was talking to the neighbour and found out their son, who we watched growing up, was having a birthday, came inside and said, have we got a card we can give them? They're leaving in 30 minutes. Oh, look at you go, Anita. And mail cards I always find are so hard. Like they need more planning. Like the Mother's Day stuff just came together so easy and things. This, not so much. Anyway, so I'm stamping the sentiment first. And I only started prepping this stuff, ladies, because at 6:30 after I'd finished dinner, when I first started crafting, I used to watch Brandy Cox a lot. I don't know whether any of you know her. She's in America, and she does these 10 and 20 cards. Oh, that's a bit crooked. So she would do multiples of the one card and make 10 cards in 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to set that challenge. I will miss my second hair appointment. Oh no, Julie. So my challenge to myself is to get as many done as I can. I've got 48 card bases, and we'll just keep stamping until everyone's had enough, really. So we'll see how long this takes. The greys are showing. I think I've got a few greys after homeschooling. I can't stamp in there. That's going to be a big gap on that one. So I think that's 3. Four. Oh, that must actually be 5 because I've only got 3 left. Alright, so how was everyone's weekend? I know most people that follow me are in lockdown. I had a pretty busy weekend. I had my card class on. Hi, Alison. And then I bagged up both my September classes because the postage is just a little bit slower at the moment. Both coming out of the warehouse and arriving. I sent a parcel a week ago and thinking it would arrive. I'm south side of Brisbane to go to the Gold Coast, thinking a week would be plenty of time, and it just showed up just in time for the class. Hi, Donna. So that was a little bit frustrating. So I've made sure that my kits for September classes have gone out today. I'm fussy cutting the Penguin DSP. Oh, I got some of that I'd started doing some of that over the weekend. 4. We're doing that in one of my, in the Shimmer Vellum class. We're using the penguin set. And so I was fussy cutting some stuff out for everybody. So for those that have just joined late, I am making as many Father's Day cards as I can tonight. I've got 48 card bases, and I've got, I think, 4 or 5 different card designs, and most of them I'm making 8 of. One of them I know I'm making 12. Hi, Marnie. So this one is one of the simpler designs. I have prepped most of the materials, and I have die cut the little bows that I'm sticking on these, just to add a bit of something. I did go through Pinterest earlier. I can't remember the names, but I did get some ideas off. I didn't buy it when it was in the mini catalogue, Julie, but I did buy it when I saw that it carried over. So going to fold my card bases. Yeah, so when I first started creating, I was watching Brandy Cox a lot. So if you haven't seen her, check her out. She's in America, but I used to really like watching her 10 cards in 20 minutes. So this is kind of a take on that, although I am trying to make a lot more than 10 cards, but I'm also going to be longer than 20 minutes. So we'll just go as long as we can. I think that's 8 card bases. I can't talk and count at the same time. I think I might buy the cat. Oh, one of my customers shared a beautiful card made with the cap. Hi, Megan. With me this week, and I'm like, oh, I don't have that set. So that kind of makes me want it. Got a sticky on my fingers. So this is how I do a lot of my mass producing of my cards. You kind of do it in stages. So I prep first, cut all my card bases. So I cut a whole pack of, cut all them and scored them. And then I cut the rest of my card layers, and I usually make sure I make things in multiples of 4. So either 4, 8, or 12, because you get 4 layers from one piece of cardstock. That way there's less wastage when you're bulk producing. And I'd only done 7 card bases. All right. So there's 8 cards, and then I've got some of these. Oh, some of these must be in another pile. I cut 9 of these, so I knew there would be enough. But they're obviously mixed it up with my other stuff at this point. Silly question, but could you use the stamp and colour yellow and yellow card base for the Emma? Yes, you could. That's a great question, Lisa. That's very cute idea. So you could stamp in black on a yellow card base and then just colour the bows in black, or there's matching dies with this, which is what I've just cut out here, and you can cut out the bows in black and stick them on and fill them in. That would be an awesome idea. Right, so there's 5 finished. I don't know where those other... There's some more bow ties somewhere, but we'll have to find them when I get to it. Okay, let's keep going. Now on this one, we're going to be stamping what was that? You're doing a great job being a great guy, I think. No. To one of the world's greatest dads. That's what I was going to do. And the colour that we're using on this one is Pacific Point. That's a good use of the stamp set, Lisa. Show the versatility of it, that's not all bloke related. All right, so I've just punched out a whole heap of these with the tailored tag punch. And I'm just going to stamp the sentiment. When I'm doing mass production like this, I try not to use too many die cuts because it does tend to slow down the process quite a bit. The die cutting that I have done, I've die cut on DSP, and then I've die cut some scalloped contour rectangles, and those ones you can actually die cut 2 pieces at a time, which does speed up the process quite a lot, which is awesome. Okay, so let's set them over there to dry. I've got these. Layer these pieces up. So I've got basic grey. On Pacific Point. How is Puppy going to? He's good. I had to take him back to the vet last weekend to get a new shot. So we're doing, they've brought out a new allergy injection. Thanks, Julie. they've brought out a new allergy injection, which they're going to trial on him, because years ago we got all this medication from the States and for desensitization and all that, because he's allergic to so many things. But it never really worked. Like, it took a whole 12 months and it never really did too much. It didn't stop the ear infections or anything, and we just were told we'll have to live with it. But since then they've come out with this, so he's probably going to have to get it every month and things. But I took him on the weekend. Hi, Rita. So, but if it settles everything else down, then I'm happy to take him every month and get an injection. All right. This is the card that I'm making 12 of. All the other cards I've only done 8 each of. So, and that is the first layer done. And then we're going to layer this piece on here. So this is the retired DSP, and I try not to usually use retired stuff, but I needed to make a whole heap of cards for the school, and I just don't find we have a lot of male DSP that I could mass produce. And I picked up this. This was the pack that went with the handsomely suited suite in the mini catalogue, and I managed to get a couple of packs of this paper when it was on sale, because I knew I would be making a few of these cards. I didn't know what cards at the time. I just knew I'd be making Father's Day cards for the store. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I like the colours in this pack. I've also bought some golf tees as well off eBay. Last year I made a gift, like a holder to hold like 4 golf tees, and I've bought the golf tees in red, blue and white to match this paper, but I just don't know, given that Father's Day stall is next week, I will have enough chance to make them plus the cards. That might be something I get onto next year. And we are through our first roll of seal tonight. We'll see how many we get. Oh, come on. There we go. Just took a bit to get it going. And then we need to fold some card bases. What a shame I'm still not 100%, or I could have come over and made these cards. Oh, that would have been nice, Megan. That's okay. It's my fault really, because I had yesterday afternoon and I was procrastinating and started making Halloween boxes instead of making Father's Day. Now Halloween's like 8 weeks away. Father's Day is 2 weeks away and the store is next week. So it is my own fault. But I do work better to a deadline. So it's probably a better idea. Oh, I've lost count again. I can't talk and count. I think that's maybe 6. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. I think this is the longest part so far. It's folding the card bases. So when I'm doing multiple layers, I like to get my punched out bit at the back of the layer so I don't waste any other cardstock, because you're covering it over anyway, so no one's going to see it. Soon find out whether my counting of my card bases is correct, isn't it? I'm sure I've got some more bow ties cut, but maybe I counted them wrong too, because I was on a mission in a hurry. So I only started, prepping at 6:30, so it's only an hour's worth of prep before, hour and a half worth of prep before the video. But in that meantime, I had to put my son to bed, because I know some of you go, how do you get so much stuff done? I just kind of block out time and do it. I have to. Working full time and being a mum and running a small business, you need to be a little bit organised. Oh God, I can't control that straight. Now there's tape there. I think I actually counted the card bases right. So now we have what I've got 3 pieces of DSP all cut at the same side. I just want different pieces on each. Move that up so you can see. Now, I find when I'm sticking, this grid will be pretty easy. but I usually try and line the two outside ones up first. Oh, this grid does make it very easy. And then put the middle one in to then have even spacing. Oh, I've got sticky stuff there. And you could flip the over and change different colors and things, but I like all the blues and greys because that's what I've used as my layers. All right. Well, hopefully I can find those bow tie pieces, and that will be nearly 20 cards finished once this is done. I don't know how many we'll get on the video tonight. Does anyone else do bulk cards like this? Or have you got some other hints and tips that might work? I know Poodles or Sam Hammond shares a whole heap of tips on her page as well when she makes bulk cards, because she does a whole heap of thank you cards each month. She needs to send like 200 thank you cards a month. I just have a mess. Nothing is organised like you. Well, I've got such a tiny space, Megan. You've seen my space. I don't have a lot of space to have a mess. I have to keep it tidy. Although when we had the personal chef here the other week, I had to clean off my dining room table, which is where I craft, for those that don't know. And then I had a couple of work video meetings, and they could see the back of the table because I had one person, I've got sticky stuff there. One person asked me a few weeks ago, are they moving boxes behind you? And I said, no, they're just stuff that I store on my table. And they're like, oh. And then when it was all cleared off, they're like, oh, you do have a table behind there. Hi, Tara. So, and I've tried to keep it a bit clean. Oh, who asked when it was my birthday? Oh, yes, my birthday's in October, Julie. All right, a couple more of these. And then we need to put the sentiment on. I think I've got more strips there than I need to, but I was just cutting. I've cut these strips at the 17th, Julie. They're 1.5 inches wide, and they're 3.25 inches to give a nice even border around there. Oh, No worries. All right, I'm just going to grab a drink of water. Working up a sweat here. It's a bit warmer tonight. I was a bit cold before. Shut up all the house and now it's cold. And now I'm working, trying to make this many cards, and I'm working up a sweat. Oh. It's freezing. I have a lap rug on. Hi, Kathy. I had my Nano rug on most of the day whilst working. If it makes you feel better, any better, Megan. And I was cold before. I had the rug on when I was lying on the lounge and I made Adrian shut up all the house. But now that I'm zooming through these cards, I'm getting a bit warm. We're on the home stretch. We've got 3 left of these ones. I do have some extra bits, so I could make some extra cards if I wanted to. For those that are just joining, I am making as many cards as I can fit in this video tonight for Father's Day cards for the school. So I'm making multiples of the same cards. This is the second design we're going through. I've already made 8 cards. I'm making 12 of this card. Oh, that's a bit crooked. So I am on a mission because I was procrastinating over the weekend, and instead of doing this, I was making some Halloween stuff, which is silly when Halloween is like 2 months away. And Father's Day is 2 weeks away. All right, that's the last one of this. Now, with the menopause kills me. Well, I have that issue sometimes too, Julianne, because I did 7 years of IVF. They won't test me. What Halloween set did I get? I got all of the cutest Halloween bundle. So I'm just going to cut these in half and border the sentiments. I have that issue normally just of a night time. Adrian's there rugged up and everything, and I wake up in a hot sweat going, oh my god, I have to have the fan on. And I've had the fan on most nights, but yeah, which doesn't help him, but at least I can sleep then. I think I'm a fish, I'm always cold. Alright, so that one's going there. Why won't they test you? Because I won't get off the pill, because I'm dead set certain that I'm going to fall pregnant, even though I did 7 years of IVF. It's my biggest fear. So it's my own fault. So for the time being, I'm just dealing with it. because now I think my body knows what it needs to do, so it'll fall pregnant, and I am not having another child. You would be too young. When you go through IVF, it brings all of that, the potential early, and I've got a history of it in my family that it is early anyway. So Hunter would love a brother. I know, Lisa, he bugs me all the time about it. Although we went and saw a friend over the weekend, and she's got younger siblings, and she does not have a lot of patience for her younger siblings, and kept telling them to go away. And Hunter's like, no, they can play with us and they can do this. And she's like, no, I want to play with you. And then they're all fighting over playing with Hunter. So it's quite funny, actually. But he would absolutely love a sibling. And I can see how parents get suckered in. But then you've got this sibling forever, and most of the time the kid then is over being a brother or sister. And he does have a brother. He's just 22 and doesn't live with us, so he doesn't get to see him very often. They all love it. Yes. Everyone loves Hunter. He's very sweet. All right. I will show you when I finish these cards. Oops, stick that up the right way. I will show you one each of the other cards that I've got left. And then I'll just continue making them, I think. See how many I can get done. Until I need to shut my eyes tonight. Oh, I'm getting sticky on my fingers. Okay, let's put those away and we'll finish making some more after. So we've completed those. We've got those left to do. Pop them to the side. Now this was another card I wanted to make. We'll stamp all the sentiments and stamp this. So using Whiskey Business for this one. And where is my pad here? So I'm gonna stamp in, I'm gonna stamp in Early Espresso. My kids are 24, 20, 19 and 15. Well, Braden is 22 and Hunter is 6. Right, so we're gonna stamp whiskey bottles everywhere. On this one. Whoops, hit the iPad stand. I told my youngest she is married to me and she's never moving out. One of 49, 46, no wonder I'm feeling old. My husband just turned 40, Glenda. Now we're going to stamp this sentiment. Is being a dad is a whiskey business. I don't know how this will go down at a private school, Christian-based school, but it should be fine. Oh, they are bigger drinkers going around. The other one was the retired card set, the Game On. I was going to use that as well, going, oh, but I'm just sticking with the sets that aren't retired for the time being. And then leave them over here. I've used cinnamon cider as the base rather than early espresso on this. You should save your seal and use the cupboard. I'm getting a bit low on the the tape that I had, Megan. But the seal is a little bit quicker when doing mass production because you don't have to take the double-sided tape bit off. So all right, one more of these. And you can see where I've got all adhesive on my mat here. Need to get some eucalyptus oil and clean that off. Okay, then this is going on here. And then I have got some of these. I think they're only $2 or $3, Megan. I don't mind. I do it to donate and to hopefully get my name out there. Because I put my sticker on the back of all of them. Okay, so I'm going to colour in this. And when I made a couple of these for cards for other people last year, I did spend a little bit more time colouring. But when you're mass producing, I don't want too much time on the colouring. Got the cork there. And then I am trying to make it look like whiskey, so I've got the pumpkin pie. I think I need a new pumpkin pie. Was that pool party? It was pool party. This is light pumpkin pie, but I think I need a new pumpkin pie marker. And then this is cinnamon cider, light cinnamon cider. And then I've got dark cinnamon cider. And then I might just use the bullet tip. In, and then I'm going to stick that on. Where's that one? How many are you making? As many as I can in this video. Kathy, I've got 48 card bases, so I'm hoping to get quite a few done, but I don't think I'm going to get the 48 done in this video. But if I can get the vast majority, I've got most of the stuff cut, it's just putting them together. I've got my first shot booked on Friday, Julie, so that'll be good. Haven't been able to book in because they weren't accepting bookings for people under 40 for ages. We have all night to watch You Nothing on TV. So I've got that one. Well, let's just fold a few more card bases and fit them up. So one, two, three, four. Yes, I am using thick, Kathy. Before the video started, I cut a whole pack. Is that 5? I think that's 5. Of basic white. So I've got 48 card bases sitting here. Cut and scored. I just need to fold them. And that's, my aim was to kind of make 50 cards. So I've got 48 card bases, so that's as far as I'm going to get, really. But oh, that one's crooked. Let's try and fix this one up. Better. So I'm also in the process, I've got 100 things running through my head at the moment of things that we should do, or that I should do. And I was thinking whether I should run an online retreat for my customers and my team. I'm wondering whether anyone would be interested, and if so, how much would you be willing to pay towards a retreat? I did put a question up in the on my page about it this afternoon. I know there was a couple of comments on there, but Not many. I see a few people do it like a retreat in a box thing and have all the sessions recorded or tutorials given and stuff, so that if you can't attend, because it's hard to plan any in-person event at the moment with COVID. So this way, regardless of the situation, it would still go ahead. I did see that, Julie. I just left it. So, yes. I'm thinking that might be something a bit different. I've not done one before. I see plenty of other demos do them. And I'm getting quite a large following at the moment, which is good. Lots of people. Got lots of people in lots of different states because I'm in Brisbane or Queensland and things. So I've got lots of people in other states. So if you did it online, it would give you just winging it like I do. Yes. I don't measure. Kind of going to cover it where it might be a bit blotchy or where it looks a bit empty. So I'm just sticking it down. So I thought that way it would be good, and I have people in other states could participate too if they wanted, if we did it online. Did I do too many of these? I've got an extra sentiment. Obviously can't count the sentiments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I just need to add, where did I put those other cards? Here. I just need to colour in those ones. And I don't know where those bow ties have gone, but I've lost them. Okay, we're on to the last version. Life's too short to be serious all the time. Yes, that's right. On to the last version of my card. This one's got a few layers. To it. And the card base is still a normal card base. Where did I just put my bone folder? I've probably covered it up there. I have. I've then just added an extra score line to fold it back on itself. You don't have to have the score line. You could just fold it back in half. I just find, especially with the thick, that the score line really helps it kind of be where it should be. So I'm going to do that. Might fold all them first and then fold it back on itself. I'm a little bit annoyed that I've lost those bow ties. I swear to God I cut out 9 of them. I'll have to cut out some more. All right. Last card base, and then we need to fold it back on itself. I just thought this would make it just a little bit different to the other ones. You'll find them when they're finished under something. Yes, they will be. I'm just hoping I find them before I decide to cut some more, because that will be frustrating. Hi, Debbie. All right, so random. I would love an advent calendar for Christmas if you're doing them this year. Yes, I am going to do them. I do need to get stuff. I did say I was going to advertise them a bit earlier. I was going to have them ready for September/October. So once Father's Day is done, I will get on to having them. So good question, Megan. So last year I had them at, I think it was 120. I'd have to check. I think it was $120. And you get Stamping Up product in each of the days. So it's like a normal advent calendar, but like there's people that do advent calendars for fairy floss now, and stuff for wine and alcohol, and advent calendar like Christmas countdown, Julie. So rather than like the kids all have their advent calendars, why can't we have ours? And so what we did last year was have a advent calendar where you got new Stamping Up product, like they were new products. It wasn't used product, but some of the stuff did come from the clearance rack to make it a little bit more affordable. And each day you got another little envelope to open with a little gift in there. And so some of the things were split packaging. So if you got a set of sequins in there, then there's 4 sheets of sequins, so that was split over 4 days and things. But if you have a specific budget in mind, then we can kind of work towards it. That was to really make it as affordable as possible, was to split a few items. But if you are happy to spend a little bit more on something like that, then we can cater an advent calendar to you and what you would like in there. So I didn't obviously include stamp sets or dies, because that would make it very expensive. And I'm not sure everyone has die cutting machines and things like that. But and I did mainly, it was consumables, so it didn't kind of matter if you already had that paper or that embellishment, because they're consumable, so you just use more of it rather than having stamp sets. I did last year include the pack of mini inks for I can't remember what they were. I think you got 8 different mini inks. So it's embellishments, adhesives, paper, etc. Yes. And so I kept the cost, and like some of the stuff might come from the retired rack. So it's still new in packaging, but it's not current product, to help get more in there. But it's a great concept, and I liked it. Like I kind of did it myself, and I had a big blog post about it last year and showed pictures and told everybody what was in it, because last year it was the first year that I was doing it, so I only had a couple of people do it, but I didn't advertise very early. So this year I want to kind of get in early so that you've got the product and everything before the 1st of December, because obviously the idea is that you start opening it at 1st of December. And stuff. So the minimum price I could do it for is about 120, but you get 24 items then. But if you've got a budget, or your husband wants to get you something or something like that, and you're like, well, can you make it up to $200? We could make a few things in there, and then it's like prolonging Christmas. You get a present every day. That's the best thing. So I'm now getting adhesive everywhere because I'd cut out the backing of this, and it's getting even worse than what it was. But just talking about that, I've nearly finished these 8 card bases. So thanks, Lisa, for bringing that up again. Oh, come on. I've got adhesive everywhere. Ugh. And that's the last of that. All right. Let's see whether I can try and get some of this adhesive off, because it's really starting to annoy me. I might just have to stick this paper down. All right, so we've got, these are from the stitched, no, the contour dies, the scallop contour ones. And these are the ones that I was talking at the beginning of the video that I die cut 2 at a time. So I cut my cardstock in half and I get 4 out of a sheet, or I get 4 out of the sheet of the smaller white ones actually, and 2 out of a sheet, half a sheet of the these bigger ones, and I cut 2 at a time, and the stitching still shows through very nicely. And I haven't cut enough of them, have I? I think I'm going to run out, because I want one of these on the front then too. Oh no, there's more under here. Yeah, they're good, Megan. I really like them. I've used them a lot. All right. So then we're going to stick these on. Oh, I've cut too many, I think. I cut for 2. Oh, well, I can make some more cards later. That's lucky. That's what happens when you're cutting before you've made any cards. And this one goes on here, and you line it up with that one, and that is the card. We've got one of these on the inside, and then on the outside I'm going to stamp the good man. So I'm going to stamp a couple of each of those images. So Julianne will be so proud of me because I'm getting another block out. This is another stamp set that I haven't really used. Oh. Hi, Angie. All right. So I'll fix all them up later, but we'll stamp. And I'm going to stamp in basic grey, which is where here. So we've got 8 of these, so I'll do probably 2 of each. I'm going to stamp them up towards the top because I want to stamp a sentiment underneath, and I'll just put a smudgy mark on that one. So I'm going to, oh, I've got adhesive everywhere. I'm going to have to colour these in later, but I'll do that. I'm still fussy cutting. Well, you've done well, Julie, because I've stamped a lot. Excuse me. So I'm going to change that stamp. Where did I just put all those stamps? Here. Put him over there. And I've got cute. 1, 2, 3. And then we've got one last image to stamp. Stamp 2 of these. Oh, he takes up the whole lot. I don't know what I'm going to do for a sentiment for him. All right, so that's 8. So, you seriously just cut all this card paper? I did. I started at 6:30 after dinner was finished, and I just cut and prepped like a crazy woman. So that's that one. Because I need to be organized. So I just sit and do it. Hi, Sue. And that's what I said. I'm going to try and make as many cards as I can tonight. I know Angie was saying to me earlier, I've gone through, that's my second roll of seal tonight, ladies. Where's the, yes, the red tape. She made 50 Father's Day cards. So I'm just trying to make 50 Father's Day cards in one night. All right. How many meters do you get in this? 15 meters in a seal. And I've got adhesive everywhere. Oh, I can't open it. Put them, oh, I've got a dimensional stuck up there. How long did it take you to make the 50 cards, Angie? My record is 56 cards in one day. I completely made them. I had nothing pre-cut. Well, I've only just pre-cut tonight, so that's going well. They probably won't get all finished, but close enough. That close enough that I will be happy with, that I could maybe finish them off tomorrow night and then have them ready to donate to the school on Wednesday. So we've lost a few people. I thought we would. Usually if it goes longer than an hour or a bit longer, I tend to lose a few people. It took one afternoon, about 4 hours. I even used blending brushes on background and coloured images. That's a very productive afternoon, Angie. Okay. So then obviously the idea is what I've stamped to colour. Those images I'll colour in. You're stuck with me for life. You're in my head all the time, Angie. Julie. In my head all the time. Oh, some of them stay on the roller really well and others not so well. I do like the grey in it. Oh, what have I done here? Is it just that piece? Yeah, it just must be that piece of cardstock. That's really wrong. Yes, Julie, for sure. Pop this one on. I do like the grey. So, I've only got a couple more to make, ladies. Thank you for hanging in with me. And I've got to the bottom of my pile over here, and there's another one that's cut really crooked. See, that's what happens when you're rushing. The cardstocks are cut really crooked. But there's not too many issues. I can tell that's a bit thin. There's a big white border there, but did I stick a white piece in that other card? Yep. One white piece. Oh, something's... My seal is making funny noises now. 2 more cards. It's really making funny noises. But it's staying on the roller now. So whatever I've done, I've fixed it. Tomorrow night is the last night of the auditions. I was watching Survivor earlier and was crying when the chick's mum died. Flick's mum died. I'm like, oh, God, I don't even know her and I'm bawling my eyes out. I don't know what I've done to my seal, but it's making funny noises, but it's rolling like it's never rolled before. It's brilliant. I kind of don't want to try and fix it. All right. Can you all hear that click when it does that? Line that up with that. Right. Got adhesive everywhere. That goes in there. I'm going to use... The other set I was going to make some cards with was this, but I didn't cut anything ready for that. But that's another current set as well. Whiskey Business can go away. We finished those. I was going to use a sentiment from here. This good man. And it'll have to be in grey. Yeah, I've got all these extra bits left now, but I can't find those bow ties. Wherever they went. All right, what have we got here? I don't know about those two because they take up too much room. So, being a good dad stuff, I think that might go on the inside. Relax your way. You're doing a great job being a great guy. Relax your way. We'll do that one first. That is probably more in the case. The bow ties in the case probably are. Look on the floor. No. Not that I can see. Damn it. All right, so we're going to do relax on this one because that makes more sense to me, I think. Relax your way. Relax your way. And then You're doing a great job being a great guy, because that might help for the people that might not have a dad. Do you think? For Mother's Day, I said you're my person, those cards, but I haven't done any of them. Because then that's, you can just have a good male role model in your life without being a dad. Great. So that's done. I use the same stamp set today. Oh, nice. I'm not sure you would need to colour them. They look great just like that. I'm loving that, Megan, because I was just thinking, am I really going to have time to colour? I've got to colour all those bloody bottles. So, because the bottles look a bit funny when they're not coloured. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Look, I'm loving it, ladies. Loving it. I'm going to take your advice and not colour. So there is more cards done and completed. I do like this set. They match with the colour scheme. Oh, awesome idea. Hopefully they look just as good on the... Oh, I should probably stick one of him on here. Hang on. Just change it up a bit. I'll have to stamp the sentiment on the inside. Being a good dad starts with being a good man. Right, there is 8 cards. Finished. 8. How many did we finish, ladies? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Well, we can't have 19. That's a bit ridiculous. Surprise, Facebook haven't kicked you off, but they haven't. No, and I changed my settings tonight so that I wouldn't get kicked off after, because I turned myself off. I'm only allowed an hour a day of Facebook, and but I've changed my settings for Monday so I don't get kicked off. So let's do this one. And then that, I think, is 20 cards that we've finished tonight. And I've got like the beginnings or half done of another 20 cards probably. Whatever we did. So just have to finish that one so that we've got 20 cards. So thank you very much, ladies. I'm going to finish making these leftover ones that I've got here, and then there's only a few left to do for tomorrow. But thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it and you got some tips on mass producing some cards or using some sets that you might not have used before. And I'll see you all next week. Bye.